Right now, thousands of diesel owners are destroying their engines because they believe 5 dangerous myths about diesel oil. These aren't just harmless misconceptions. They're expensive mistakes costing people thousands in repairs and voided warranties. If you've ever changed your diesel oil because it looked black, used the wrong oil specification, or mixed different oil types thinking it's fine, you're about to discover why these common practices are slowly killing your engine. Before we dive into these engine-destroying myths, hit that like button if you want to save money on diesel repairs, subscribe for more diesel tips, and drop a comment telling me which diesel oil brand you trust most in your engine. Myth 1. Black diesel oil means bad oil. This is the most dangerous myth circulating in the diesel community, and it's completely backwards from reality. When your diesel oil turns black quickly after a change, that's actually proof it's doing exactly what you paid for. The black color comes from soot particles that are smaller than 1 micron, much thinner than human hair. And your oil's primary job is capturing these microscopic combustion byproducts before they cause damage. Here's what most people don't understand about diesel combustion. Every time your engine fires, it creates soot particles as a natural byproduct of burning diesel fuel under extreme pressure and heat. These particles are so small they can slip past your engine's rings and contaminate your oil within hours of operation. Quality diesel oil contains special dispersant additives designed to grab these particles and hold them in suspension, preventing them from settling into sludge deposits that destroy engines. Modern diesel engines with EGR systems make this even more challenging. These systems deliberately route exhaust gases back into your intake, introducing even more soot particles into your combustion chambers and oil system. Your oil filter can catch particles down to about 2 microns, but the smallest soot particles slip right through and stay suspended in your oil, turning it black. If your diesel oil stays honey-colored for thousands of miles, that's actually a warning sign that something's wrong. Clean-looking oil after extended use often means the dispersant additives have failed and can no longer hold contaminants in suspension. When this happens, soot particles begin settling out of the oil and forming deposits on critical engine components like pistons, rings, and valve stems. These deposits restrict oil flow, increase wear, and eventually lead to catastrophic engine failure. The key point here is that color alone tells you nothing about oil quality in a diesel engine. What matters is whether the oil can still lubricate properly, maintain correct viscosity, and continue protecting your engine components while carrying away harmful contaminants. A simple oil analysis test can tell you more about your oil's condition than visual inspection ever could. Myth 2. Any diesel oil works in your engine. This myth is incredibly expensive for owners of modern diesel trucks and equipment. Today's diesel engines, especially those built after 2010 with advanced emission systems, require very specific oil, formulations that older diesel oils simply cannot provide. Using the wrong oil specification isn't just about lubrication anymore. It's about keeping your expensive emission systems functioning properly. Modern diesel engines use complex after-treatment systems, including diesel particulate filters, selective, catalytic reduction systems, and exhaust gas recirculation. These systems require low SAPS oils, which means low sulfated ash, phosphorus, and sulfur content. API CK4 and FA4 specifications were created specifically for these advanced powertrains, and using older oil specifications can cause thousands of dollars in emission system damage. Here's the science behind why this matters so much. When you use high ash oil in a modern diesel, that ash doesn't just disappear, it accumulates in your diesel particulate filter, gradually clogging the AUT, honeycomb structure, until the system fails. Replacing a DPF typically costs between $3,000 and $5,000. Similarly, using oil with incorrect additive packages can poison your SCR catalyst, requiring another expensive replacement. These newer engines also operate under much higher pressures and temperatures than older diesels. They run higher boost levels, burn up to 20% biodiesel blends, and must meet strict federal emissions standards. The oil formulations have evolved to handle these extreme conditions while protecting sensitive emission components. Always check your owner's manual for the exact API specification required for your engine. Look for designations like CK4, FA4, or specific manufacturer approvals from companies like Cummins, Detroit, or Caterpillar. Using the wrong specification might save you a few dollars on oil, but it can cost you thousands when your emission systems fail and your warranty gets voided. If this information is helping you avoid expensive mistakes, make sure you're subscribed, with notifications turned on. We're covering the remaining myths that could save you even more money, so don't miss out on this critical information. Myth 3. Thicker oil provides better protection. Many diesel owners believe that switching to a heavier oil viscosity, like 15W40 or 20dBW50, instead of the recommended 5W30, will give their engine better protection. This thinking comes from older engines with looser tolerances, but in modern diesels, using oil that's too thick can actually cause serious damage. The biggest problem with overly thick oil is cold start lubrication. When you start a cold diesel engine, thick oil moves like molasses through narrow oil passages, starving critical components of lubrication when they need it most. Your turbocharger bearings spin at over 100,000 RPM and require immediate oil flow to prevent metal-to-metal contact. Using thick oil can destroy these expensive components during cold starts. Modern diesel engines are engineered with incredibly tight tolerances between moving parts. Engineers spend thousands of hours testing different oil viscosities to find the perfect balance between protection and flow characteristics. The recommended viscosity ensures oil reaches every component quickly, while maintaining proper film strength under operating temperatures and pressures. Thick oil also forces your oil pump to work much harder, increasing mechanical stress and reducing fuel economy. In extreme cases, thick oil can cause the pump to cavitate, creating air bubbles that destroy the pump's ability to maintain proper oil pressure. Your engine's computer monitors oil pressure constantly, and low pressure can trigger costly protective shutdowns. The viscosity rating on your oil bottle represents how the oil flows at different temperatures. The first number shows flow characteristics at cold temperatures, while the second number represents high-temperature viscosity. Modern multi-grade oils are formulated to provide optimal protection across your engine's entire operating range, but only if you use the manufacturer's specified grade. Using thicker oil doesn't provide extra protection in modern engines. It disrupts the carefully engineered lubrication system and can cause expensive failures. Trust the engineers who designed your engine and stick with their viscosity recommendations for maximum protection and longevity. Myth 4. Diesel engines can run much longer between oil changes. While it's true that diesel engines are built more robustly than gasoline engines, and modern synthetic oils have dramatically improved longevity, the idea that you can safely double or triple oil change intervals is dangerous thinking that leads to expensive repairs. Yes, under perfect laboratory conditions, with highway driving, premium fuel, and ideal operating temperatures, some synthetic diesel oils could theoretically last 15,000 or even 20,000 miles. However, real-world driving conditions are never perfect, and most diesel owners operate under severe service conditions without realizing it. Stop-and-go driving, cold weather starts, towing heavy loads, driving in dusty conditions, and short Trips all accelerate oil degradation far beyond manufacturer test conditions. Most diesel pickup owners regularly tow trailers, haul heavy loads, or operate in challenging environments that put extra stress on their oil's additive packages. Even the best synthetic oil has a limited amount of additives to neutralize acids, disperse contaminants, and prevent wear. Once these additives are depleted, your oil stops protecting your engine regardless of how the base oil looks or feels. Oil analysis can show additive depletion long before the oil appears worn out to visual inspection. The safer approach for most diesel owners is changing oil every 5,000 to 7,500 miles with quality synthetic oil, even if the manufacturer suggests longer intervals. This provides a safety margin for real-world conditions and ensures fresh additives are protecting your engine before the old ones are completely exhausted. Consider the math. Extending oil changes from 7,500 miles to 15,000 miles might save you $200 per year in oil costs, but oil-related engine damage can easily cost $10,000 or more. The small savings aren't worth the risk of catastrophic failure, especially when you consider that most engine warranties require following recommended maintenance intervals. Myth 5. Mixing gasoline and diesel oil is harmless. This final myth catches many people because it seems logical. Oil is oil, right? Unfortunately, mixing different oil types can create serious problems that most people never see coming. Gasoline and diesel engine oils are formulated with completely different additive packages designed for very different operating conditions. Diesel oils contain much higher levels of detergent and dispersant additives to handle the heavy soot loading that diesel engines produce. They also use different anti-wear packages, viscosity improvers, and additive chemistry specifically optimized for compression-ignition engines. Gasoline oils are formulated for the different combustion characteristics and operating conditions of spark-ignition engines. When you mix these different formulations, you're diluting the diesel oil's ability to handle soot and contaminants. You can also create additive conflicts where different chemical packages interfere with each other's performance, potentially causing oil to lose viscosity, form deposits, or fail to protect critical components. The only safe way to mix oils is using products that carry both diesel and gasoline specifications, indicated by both API C and S categories on the label. These oils are specifically formulated to meet the requirements of both engine types, though they may not provide optimal performance for either application. In true emergencies, adding a small amount of the wrong oil is better than running your engine low on oil, but you should change to the correct specification as soon as possible. The cost of an extra oil change is minimal compared to the potential damage from running incompatible oil formulations. The truth about modern diesel oil. These myths persist because they contain small grains of truth that get twisted into dangerous advice. Oil specifications matter more than ever because modern diesels are sophisticated machines with complex emission systems. Following manufacturer specifications and avoiding these persistent myths will keep your diesel running strong for hundreds of thousands of miles. Don't let outdated advice cost you thousands in repairs. Use the right oil, change it at appropriate intervals, and ignore the myths that refuse to die. What diesel oil myths have you encountered that didn't make this list? Share your experiences in the comments to help other diesel owners avoid expensive mistakes. If this video saved you from making a costly error, smash that like button and subscribe for more money-saving diesel tips. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.